Hey, what's up guys? Hope you're doing well today. We're gonna have a little bit of fun with cloth today, and we're gonna be showing you how to do cloth that has holes in it. So we are going to do a pirate flag just because they're a lot of fun. Unfortunately, we have to start out our journey in Illustrator. I hate this program so much, it makes me cringe. But we are going to be doing something really simple, so it shouldn't be too bad. We're going to use the rectangular tool and make something that looks about the same shape as a flag. And then we're going to switch to our pencil tool, and this is going to be a little bit of fun here, just chopping out some holes from this flag. Should be really easy. Just make some general destruction wherever you want. Let's have some fun with this guy. All right, so we're going to save this guy out. We're going to save this as Piracy Sucks, and we're going to switch to Illustrator 8. Which I think you still need to do in order to import them into Cinema 4D. So we're going to jump into Cinema 4D and we'll merge this spline into here. Hit OK. And let's go ahead and reset the PSR so it's in the middle. All right, so now we have all of our splines. Now we could take these splines and use a spline mask to cut them out of each other. But we really want to be able to mess around with the geometry and add more subdivision. So we're just going to add a plane, in fact. Switch it to 90, and we'll just kind of roughly position it where that rectangle was. And then we'll go to that spline and we'll delete that guy. So now we're going to take all of our splines and we're going to go to Object, Connect Objects, and Delete. So now we have only one spline. And we're going to put that guy in an extrude NURB. So we need to make sure that these are intersecting each other because we're going to be using a bool. So just make sure these are intersecting, and then we're going to add a bool object. So here's our bool, and we'll drag our plane into there, and there you go. We have our tattered flag cut out and ready to go. Let's switch our display to lines so we can see what's going on. The nice thing about doing it this way is that we can add segments, so we can mess around with our subdivision, which will be helpful. And then we can also, go to that spline and change it from adaptive to something like natural and mess around with the points so we can add, make it more jagged or more rounded or whatever we want. When you're happy with the result, go ahead and duplicate your bool and turn that one off. Just always save a copy in case you need to go back to it. And we're going to go to this bool and hit C. And then we're going to twirl down and grab all of our polygons and go to Object, Connect Objects, and Delete, and drag that out of there. Now we just have our plane object and it's basically ready for cloth. So we're going to need something to pin the cloth onto, so we're going to be using a flagpole. I'm going to drag it over there, make it a little bit smaller. All right, there's our flagpole. And now we are ready to add our cloth. So on that plane, right click and go to Simulation Tags Cloth. And if we hit play, you can see that gravity is taking over. So we need to pin the corners to this flagpole. So what we're going to be using is a simulation tag, cloth belt tag. And there's this little slot called belt on. We need to drag that cylinder onto here. And I'll just show you what happens. Nothing's going to happen. It's because we need to specify which points on the flag need to be belted onto this guy. So let's turn off our cylinder so we can see what's going on. And on that plane, we're going to switch to points mode. And we'll switch to our live selection tool. And we're going to pick maybe the top 4 points and hold shift down and click the bottom 4 points. Now if we go back to that belt tag, let's turn on our cylinder. If we go back to that belt tag and hit set, nothing's going to happen again. That's because this flagpole needs to be editable. So we'll click on it and hit C. And now if we go back to our belt tool and click set, we should be hanging on by a thread here. So we got too much gravity happening, but we are on the right track. So if we go to our cloth tag, we can go ahead and turn off our gravity. Let's increase the frames of our project actually first. So nothing's happening now, but we just have to add some wind speed. And we have to figure out what direction the wind's coming from. If you turn up the wind direction, remember that you need to turn up the wind strength as well, otherwise nothing will happen. Maybe add a little bit of wind strength here. All right, so now all we have to do is throw on a pirate texture. I'm going to grab a pirate image, throw it on there, and there we go. We got our pirate flag tattered and flapping in the breeze. One other thing that I would recommend is taking this guy and putting it in a simulate cloth surface. And that's going to give you more geometry, but another thing you can do is go to your cloth surface and add some thickness. So if you add just a little bit of thickness on the edge, so if you just add 1 or something, it'll give it a little bit more depth and a little bit more weight, which is always kind of nice. It will slow things down a little bit, but I just turn it off while I'm working, and then when I'm rendering, I'll just click that on. Give you a little bit more weight to your flag if that's what you want. So that's it. Super simple technique, but you can see it looks really, really cool. And anytime you need cloth to have tatters or tears or anything like that, this is a great technique. Hope you guys learned something. Thanks for checking out the Pixel Lab. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.